Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kara and today's video is going to be a pretty casual one. It's going to be a little catch up and update on things that have been going on in my world. I feel like a lot of the videos I've put out recently have been very real estate focused and I haven't been really doing as many vlogs, which I really do miss. So because of that, I feel disconnected from you guys and I just haven't really shared what's been going on, and yeah, just thought it would be kind of fun to film a little sit-down video just kind of letting you know what's going on in my world. I'll start out with a few fun things. So if you watched my last video, which was my May housing market update video, you'll know that I mentioned I was going to Wilmington, which is on the coast of North Carolina. And I was planning to film there, but honestly, I was so exhausted and just like burnt out that I didn't end up filming anything. I took some photos and overall it was a good time, but don't really have any video content around that. But we did have a good time, like I said. It rained like 2 out of the 3 full days that we were there, but we did get some good beach time in towards the end. It went for some bike rides and just explored, played guitar, walked on the beach, and it was fun overall. Aside from that, on the note of guitar, I have been learning more guitar. If you watched my camping vlog, I want to say that was like early mid-April. We just camped here in the mountains and I played a little bit of guitar for you guys. I was like super new at the time. I think I had only been playing guitar for maybe 5 days, 7 days, something like that. And I've gotten a lot better. I'm certainly nowhere near like professional, and that's not even really my goal. It's more just like a fun hobby that I picked up. I have been learning and getting better, so I think I know 4 songs now, or maybe like 3.5. Something in the Orange by Zach Bryan, Meet Me in the Woods by Lord Huron, Slide by the Goo Goo Dolls, and then the one I started learning most recently is I Remember Everything by Zach Bryan. So definitely planning to add to that list, but I'm really proud of my progress so far. It's been a lot of fun and I'm glad that it wasn't just like a temporary fun thing and I actually have stuck with it. So that's been fun. In terms of some other fun things going on, I am continuing to do the Facebook group meetups. If you're not part of that group, I have a link down in the description box for you to go and join. It's called Living in Asheville and it's basically just a place for people to join and ask questions if they're looking for maybe a contractor recommendation or doctor recommendation, curious about something fun going on this weekend, or it's just a place to share, you know, fun things that you did or some cool new restaurant or something like that. So it's a really cool group and I will be hosting a lot more meetups throughout this year. And let's see, some of the past ones, April was the Beaver Lake Walk. March was a meetup at Sierra Nevada Brewing. I think February was Well Played, which is a board game place. Yeah, I can't remember what January's was. But anyway, I've had a few this year. I have some more planned. I think June's is going to be at Foothills Grange, which is like a cool little brewery hangout spot in Black Mountain. So keep your eyes out for that. If you want some more info, you can always just message me or comment down below and I'll keep you posted with more of those details. But the Facebook group is definitely the best way to know when that's posted and times and location and all that. So that's a really high level overview of some of the fun things that have been going on in my world. But I also want to share a few more things. So because I don't often do this type of video, a lot of times, as you know, if you follow me, I do like real estate videos, whether it's a housing market update video, you know, what our home price is going to do this year, or exploring places around Asheville like Black Mountain, Weaverville, etc. I don't really do many personal vlogs. They always have some aspect of either real estate or Asheville behind them. I feel like I don't really talk as much about my personal life, and that's not really for any reason other than it just doesn't really fit into the videos. I'm actually a very open person. So I thought it might be kind of nice to just kind of talk to you guys like we're sitting in a cafe together and catching up over a tea or something. So something that some of you may already be aware of if you've met me in person is in 2022, I dealt with like the worst burnout I have ever dealt with. And it's not just like, oh, I'm burnt out, I'm tired, I need to, you know, sleep and like take a weekend off or a vacation. It was so much worse than that. It was affecting like every part of me, like physically, mentally. I just felt like no emotions, no motivation, just totally dead, basically. I completely lost myself. And it was ironic because that was the year where everyone said, oh, you must be so happy, you know, the real estate market is booming, like you're so lucky. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, this is the worst year of my life. Like 2017, I would say, and 2022 were like the worst years ever for totally different reasons. But yeah, 2022 was really, really rough. I was working like 70-hour weeks, just nonstop. If you were in the housing market at that time, you know that if there was a home that popped up that you wanted to see, you basically had to look at it immediately, make an offer that day. So I pretty much had no control of my schedule, and it was just total chaos. I was just working every day, 7 days a week, day and night. And I just remember there were like many times where I would just come home, lay on the couch and just cry and just like look at the ceiling. And I just kept thinking like, I don't even know who I am anymore. I've completely lost myself and I don't even know where to go from here, how to get myself back, how to do anything to change my schedule. And by the end of the year, I was ultimately the top producer in the office that year. And I was making more money, but not as much as a lot of people think too. I'm getting a tangent here, but basically the amount of work that I was putting in was not equal to the amount of money I was getting out, because each person would place multiple offers to get a home. You know, if you're competing with 10, 12, even 30 in one case, I actually had other offers, then your probability of getting that offer accepted is quite low. So the amount of time and effort that I was putting in to show homes, place offers, and then ultimately them not get accepted in some cases was just more work for the money, if that makes sense. So ultimately it was just a very, very low year. And by the end of it, I just completely lost myself. And going into 2023, I was so brain dead. I was like, I don't want to have any like real estate goals. I don't even know if I want to stay in real estate. For those of you that have watched a lot of my videos, you may remember me mentioning that in some of my videos, saying, you know, real estate's not my passion. I don't really know, you know, what I want to do. And that feeling has changed a little bit over time. I'm kind of getting to that point. But yeah, going into 2023, totally dead, totally lost myself. And I just had the plan of not having a plan. I just needed to strip everything back, basically not work. And I basically was okay with making no money. I made more than nothing, but it was nothing like 2022. Part of that was because the real estate market slowed down. If you keep up with my housing market update videos, you know, last year interest rates went up a lot. Home prices still stayed up because inventory has stayed down. Not going to turn this into like a housing market update video, but basically the real estate market cooled off a little bit as I really needed it to, like at the point that I really needed it to. So for that, I was super grateful. And I didn't really do any prospecting. I just kind of tried to just coast and just kind of get through last year, and pretty much felt the same like dead feeling inside from like most of 2022 into probably like fall of last year. I feel like there were brief moments in fall and maybe winter where I started to feel like a slight hint of happiness, and I was like, whoa, what's that? I haven't felt that in like years. And it was so weird because things that would normally make me happy, like drinking a cup of tea or reading a book or going outside or, you know, just anything really that used to make me happy, was just making me feel absolutely nothing. And that was such a discomforting feeling. Going into this year, again, I didn't really set any real estate goals. I thought, you know what, now that I'm like starting to see a little hint of myself again, I don't want to ruin this. I don't want to fall back in the trap of overworking. And I am doing better, thankfully. I'm not to the point where I used to be, but I'm definitely closer to feeling more myself again than I am to burnout, which is so nice to kind of be on that side of things. So overall, this year's been going better. Business has picked up a little bit from last year, but nowhere near 2022, which I don't want. I'm very pleased with work this year and everything. You know, I do tend to get in my head a lot with like looking at my analytics and stuff on YouTube. I know that my channel hasn't been growing as much, and I'm not sure if that's because the real estate market has slowed down and because a lot of people that watch my videos are watching just for real estate, or if it's because I haven't been as consistent, or I don't really know, honestly. I'm kind of curious if you currently are subscribed to my channel. If you're not, do hit that subscribe button down below. It would really make my day. But if you are subscribed or have been watching my videos for a long time, I'd be really curious about what keeps you coming back. Like, do you watch my channel because of real estate, because you're thinking about buying or selling? Or maybe you like learning about fun things to do around Asheville? Or you just enjoy learning about me and just all the random videos that I put out. I'm kind of curious. So that is my very long-winded way of saying that I dealt with burnout really bad in 2022, completely lost myself. 2023 was really just recovery mode, and this year has been kind of starting to grow a little bit again. Nothing like 2022, but I do want to see my real estate business grow a little bit and really just maintain what I have as well. So along with that, because of burnout and everything, I totally lost any sense of routine and habits that I had. And now I've been slowly starting to re-implement that. So been trying to get back into exercising. I aim for like 6 days a week, which might seem like a lot, but I don't do like crazy long, like 45-minute, hour plus workouts. I really just try to do like 30 minutes a day, like 2 cardio a week, 2 strength training a week, and 2 yoga. And then a lot of times on those days I'll also go for a little walk to get outside and just get some fresh air. I now want to share a couple things that have helped me lately. Something I didn't mention in terms of burnout is that you probably know this. I mean, for anyone that gets burnout, it's probably like this. And also if you know me at all, you know this, that I am a total overachiever. I'm always adding way too many things to my to-do list, and it just kind of spirals out of control a lot of times. And ultimately what happens is I end up with this never-ending to-do list that I never get done. So something that I learned from another YouTuber that I recently implemented is something called a life admin day. So I actually just turned this whole week into like a life admin week and it's been so good. Basically the tasks that I've been doing are just things that get pushed to the back burner over time, like just little things like taking stuff to charity, or could be bigger things like this week I just decluttered stuff in the bathroom, our spare closet, and our pantry, and just stuff like that. I actually separated the list into how much time different things would take. So like quick tasks would take like 30 minutes or less, medium tasks might take 30 minutes to 3 hours, and longer tasks would take like 3 hours or more, like could be a whole day or even more than that. Honestly, it has felt so good to get these things done. Like just separating some time within each month to just knock out a bunch of stuff on this to-do list makes you feel so accomplished. Hopefully this helps you guys a little bit. If you also have a never-ending to-do list, then maybe have a life admin day to knock out a bunch of that stuff. Honestly, it's been really therapeutic. It's kind of funny. There were a couple things on there too that I've had on there for an embarrassingly long amount of time, like 2 years. And one of the tasks I did this morning, and it took me 5 minutes. And that just frustrates me. Like, I was so happy once I did it, but at the same time, it's like, that's been just like cycling through my brain in the back of my head, like, you need to do that, you need to do that. And 2 years later, I finally did it, and it took 5 minutes. Anyway, I'm not even a procrastinator, really. It's just, I add too many things to my list to where it's not even humanly possible to do it all. So let me know if you can relate to that. Kind of along the same lines is something that I've been trying to change with my mindset. So ultimately trying to have more fun and do less. I tend to be a worrier, I stress about a lot of things, and like I said earlier, I just overwork myself. And I've been really trying to just kind of take a step back, trying to worry a little bit less and just have more fun. Really, I know it's kind of an overused term, but the term like romanticize your life has really been working for me. Just kind of taking things slow, like physically moving slower throughout my day, and just kind of having little moments of gratitude for different things, like the weather being nice, or, you know, a nice warm cup of tea, or, you know, a nice homemade meal, and just really like soaking that in. Because I think with a lot of people that think like me, you know, we get so caught up in thinking about the future and thinking about how can I get to that next point, and you always want to be there, you always want to be in the future ahead of where you are now, and you're not living in the present. And that is so important for happiness, is just being happy in the present moment. I saw something on Instagram, I think yesterday or today actually, and it was about, you know, a lot of time when people see the sunset, they're really happy and they're really just in awe of like how beautiful it is. And that's because they're living in the present moment, realizing and acknowledging something that's in front of them right there. And that's what they're thinking about. Man, I've been talking a lot. All that to say, I've been trying to just enjoy my life more, and I kind of want to take that into my videos a little bit too. I feel like with videos, I will plan out like a fun day to film, but I'd rather live a fun life that is filmable, if that makes sense. I'd rather just do fun things for the sake of doing fun things and then film doing that. So that's just kind of like a little revelation that I've had in my head lately. Yeah, do less, have more fun. The last thing I briefly wanted to touch on before ending out this video is my journey towards self-sufficiency. So for those of you that have watched some of my videos that I posted a little bit earlier this year, like January, February timeframe, I want to say, you'll know that I have a goal this year of becoming more self-sufficient and, you know, making my own bread, making my own like veggie stock and jam, and just learning how to do more things on my own. Our plan down the road is to have a little homestead and just have a nice little garden, have some animals. I think that's like most people's dream nowadays around Asheville, but really gonna go hard into that. And that's really what I want my life to revolve around, is just having a self-sufficient little homestead. So I figured, even though I'm just in an apartment now, it would be a good time to start learning some of those skills that can still be learned even when you don't have like a big yard or something. So I have been learning more of that. I am decent at making bread now. I've made 2 different types. I made artisan loaf and a really tasty like honey wheat sandwich loaf. I've made my own tortillas. I've made my own bagels. Those are pretty good. What else? Yeah, oh, veggie stock I made. That was decent, but I need to do a little better on that. I also made my own body butter, like body lotion, and a few other random things, but it's been fun, and it really makes you feel good to actually make something with your hands that's ultimately way better for you than a lot of the stuff that you can buy in the store. So I feel like I've talked your ear off enough at this point. If there's anything that I mentioned in this video that resonated with you, or maybe you want me to talk a little bit more about, definitely leave me a comment down below and let me know. I feel like this was a really nice video to film and just kind of get a lot of this off my chest and share it with you guys. It honestly motivates me to film a lot more videos. So yeah, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this one. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, definitely hit that like button down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Share this video with your family and friends, and I will see you very soon in the next one.